Hey Divas, welcome back to Tina Divalicious. Today we have a good old-fashioned Bath & Body Works haul. So I think we have a few candles from actually last weekend's $13.95 sale, and then I had a 20% off code, and so I did a BOPIS order for a few candles. A friend was kind enough to gift me a few things, so we have an online exclusive candle in here as well, and some other fun little knickknacks. And then if you're interested in Gingham Gorgeous, I do have the shower gel that I've used, so I'll do a little review on that at the end, and we'll get right into it. So the first stuff that we have is the BOPIS order from last week's $13.95 plus 20% off. So once again, like $11, which is a pretty good deal. This weekend is $14.95, and then you may or may not have the 25% off coupon to be able to use to bring it down to a similar price. But I've been just so obsessed with the coconut fragrances. I don't know what it is, but like I've been so into Coco Paradise, and I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind like revisiting the coconut fragrances again, even though like I hated coconut from Bath & Body Works for the longest time. But for whatever reason, I'm here for the coconuts this season. So I was like, let me try some of these coconut fragrances I've kind of written off and try them again. And so we have Waikiki Beach Coconut in this gorgeous packaging right here. Oh my god, I love this packaging this year. And it has the gold lid on it and the green wax in there as well. I have run this a number of times. Tropical white coconut, saltwater breezes, and sun bleached woods. So I had this the very first year it came out in a candle, and back then I hated coconut fragrances. I only bought it because it was new and I burned it and that was the end of it. I just didn't care for it. And it was the Waikiki Beach Coconut Candle. Let me see how that is. So I bought it. There was a free item coupon with it too. So I got the golden pineapple luau right here. And this, another coconut scent. Like, surprise, surprise. Like, can you believe it? And so it says, dream of a Hawaiian beach escape with the fragrance of fresh coconut, saltwater breezes, and sun-bleached woods. The body care repeatedly comes back, so does the candle. So I was like, let me try it this year and actually really enjoy it. I want to say the first burn was stronger, and it's actually kind of gotten more mild as it goes down, but I don't know. Sometimes like a coconut fragrance can be a little bit too cloying, so I don't mind that. It's still perfectly adequate in a medium to small size bedroom, and you get a really fruity, creamy coconut in here, and I think it's like coconut mixed with a little bit of pineapple and maybe even a little bit of melon. It's very similar to the fruity tropical blend we get in Island Palm from Homeworks. Kind of like that, but more coconut forward. Very creamy with like a vanilla, pineapple, possibly melon, and coconut blend in there. And then there's an extra bit of like juiciness that comes from like a slightly like salty, woodsy component to it that gives it a slight body care vibe to it that's actually quite nice. And it's just tropical, warm, and breezy, but fruity and creamy and sweet all at the same time. So I've actually really been enjoying this one. So Waikiki Beach Coconut right here. It's quite similar to Tiki Beach as well, which I also picked up just because I've had this in forever. I remember this came out the very first year in 2012, and I mean, it was splashed all over the store. It was like the big hit. So the first one I got is a 14.5 ounce Tiki Beach. And oh man, this is like the first scent that I think I was drawn to, and I was like, oh, it just smells so good. It's just so like nostalgic for some reason of like childhood summers.
It smells like a melted pina colada.
Yeah, it does.
In a good way.
Warm as coconut groves and white sand beaches, a delicious blend of toasted coconut, vanilla musk, and tropical island orchids.
Sounds like you said warm ass coconut. But yeah.
Yeah. It's just really
smells
like,
really
it's
good.
like smells just like summer. Like I'm going to the beach, getting my tan on, putting on sunscreen, and just having a great time.
Yeah.
So that's why I bought that. We already burned it, or like I already burned it, and beautiful beautiful performance.
But we'll do a cow later on, so we're not going to spoil anything right now.
But burns great, so awesome. And I remember picking it up then. This is warm vanilla musk, orchids, and toasted coconut. I have burned this one as well. This is still not as, I feel like the first year Tiki Beach came out, it was so immensely strong, and it's just been kind of like watered down in the past few years that it's not as strong, but you can still smell it. This is also similar to Waikiki Beach Coconut, but this one's a little bit more of like a toasted vanilla floral coconut fragrance. There's a slight like vanilla orchid, vanilla floral mixed in there that gives it an extra like pretty resort vibe, but it's not quite as like fruity as Waikiki Beach Coconut, but it still kind of evokes like a pina colada, like a coconut drink fragrance, but there's just like an extra like few little flourishes in here that make it a little bit more robust and juicy, but you do get like a slightly like a floral vanilla plus a toasted coconut type of vibe in there. It's like almost gourmand, but there's just a little bit extra that like turns it away from being a full-blown like pina colada fragrance, but still very tropical and beachy, and yet another coconut fragrance, but I enjoy it. It's very nostalgic back to my like early days at Bath & Body Works. So that was Tiki Beach right there. I then also wanted to get a backup of Coco Paradise right here. Love this fragrance. Oh my gosh. This one, salted coconut manoi, sugar neroli, and bronze sandalwood. And yeah, I've been really going to town on the very first one, and I was like, I don't want to like pull another hibiscus paradise where like I regret not having another one. So I was like, let me get it for 11 bucks. This one's great. It's more of like a floral body care. Coconut for sure. You get that like sort of neroli action in there, mixed with like a more juicy, oily, like coconut oil, like juicy wetness is kind of mixed in there that gives it like this, like a warmth and a depth to it that I really enjoy. But I feel like there's even like also like a slightly like almost like a warm banana feel in there, and then mixed with like a body care element. So yeah, this one has definitely more of like a warm floral body care vibe mixed with a coconut in there, but very similar to Hibiscus Paradise, so I do enjoy that. So Coco Paradise right there. A friend was making an online order, and then they surprised me with a fresh bamboo, so I was super jazzed about that. So we have fresh bamboo in that collection as well. Gorgeous packaging. Oh my god, love it. My mom and my sister love fresh bamboo, but I've kind of been always on the fence about it, but then so basically I have 7 fresh bamboos. I'm just going to show you one of them because there's really no reason for me to pull out all 7. But here it is. It's in the ribbed glass. This is the new spring 2017 ribbed glass collection. Basically my sister, not the one that shows up on my channel, but the other sister, she is obsessed with fresh bamboo. It's like her favorite candle like ever, pretty sure. And so I texted her and I was like, oh, they have fresh bamboo candles in my white barn again. And I'm not sure she lives near a white barn, so she's like, can you just grab me 5? And then so she'll just like be set in stock with them. Coincidentally during sale price, and then I was able to use coupons. So yeah, I got 5 for her, 1 for my mother, and I'm not really the biggest fan of fresh bamboo, but I just got 1 for myself anyway since I was buying them, and let me just buy 1 along with it. It's burning right now, but I just burned it, so I haven't really like can't report on it. Sweet bamboo, lush hyacinth, and swaying beach grass about it, but then every time I go over there and I smell it, it's like so strong and so intense that I'm just like, this is kind of juicy. So I was like, oh, I really want fresh bamboo, especially in this juicy packaging, and it comes with like a light green wax as well, and that's what that looks like. It has a thick rope like wicks. This one, super old fragrance back from like what, like 2010, 9, somewhere in that range. It used to always be like fresh bamboo and like green grass would come out, and the two are like very similar. Sweet bamboo, lush jasmine, and wild grasses. This is very strong, very intense, very grassy, super grassy, with a like dewy spring floral is mixed in there. So it's like a grassy floral fragrance that's kind of like fresh cut grass, but made a little bit more spring dewy floral. Yeah. It's super green and super fresh and usually super strong, so I love seeing in this packaging. I just go into the store all the time, like going through the Waikiki Beach coconuts, hoping like there's like a one random online exclusive return of fresh bamboo. So when the friend surprised me, like I was so excited because I was like, oh my god, I wanted this. But you guys know how I'm like stingy when it comes to paying shipping, even though I like drive all around the world for the candles, which the gas would probably equate to the same amount in shipping, but I'm just stubborn like that. So it is what it is. So fresh bamboo right there. Another juicy candle, which is ironically another coconut candle. This was from a friend was somewhere where somebody was doing a D-stash on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, ooh girl, if you're getting some candles, like let me get that coconut cabana as well. And so we have coconut cabana right here, and that's what that looks like, with that juicy matching green lid with the green wax. Oh my god, loved it. Coconut creme, vanilla sandalwood, and a hint of pineapple. This was 2020, right before lockdown, was it? Yeah, this really takes me back. No, but that is what this is. Yeah, I like that black and the gold. The wraparound botanicals are really cute. We have a matching lid with wax, which is super juicy too. I was just like, wow, I really enjoy the packaging on all these. I wish there were more to choose from, or like more newness to choose from. So it left us with the single coconut cabana right here, which I normally hate coconut fragrances, but BBW has been really improving with their coconut blends. I have to say that I really enjoyed this one. This one was coconut cream, vanilla sandalwood, hint of pineapple, but Ooh, this is really delicious. Wow, I love this. The coconut is so smooth and creamy and sweet and scrumptious. I remember buying this one and just being like, okay, it's new, so I'll pick it up and buy it. And then I just like burned it all the way down and I loved it. But yes, it is another coconut fragrance, but it's like heavily body cared with the sandalwood, the vanilla sandalwood. It's another creamy floral coconut fragrance. And yeah, it's kind of like similar to all the other ones, but there's something like very juicy and creamy, almost like milky about this, but then it's mixed with the sandalwood that gives it like a body care extraness in there that's just super juicy. And it's like, I just loved it. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see this again. So Coconut Cabana right there. Let's see what else we got going on. I was also gifted a midnight swim, and that's what that looks like. This is a single wick of the Blue Waters Beach Flower Fresh Coastal Air. I think this was Body Care and a Wallflower before, and I never owned either of them, but I was like, oh my God, yeah, I'll take it. This is great. It's super similar to Pool Party and Emerald Waters, very much in that family of fragrances, where it's a like fruity, juicy, aquatic fragrance, and then this one has a little bit more like a salty cologne vibe to it. And it's quite nice, but it's still fruity and juicy and aquatic at the same time. Love it, yeah. I just don't think a single wick is gonna like super perform well, so I might like either chunk it up or put it on a warmer or do something with it that's not lighting it. So Midnight Swim right there. If this wasn't a 3-wick, I'd like smash that in a moment. The next thing we have, I was doing my Atlanta test store haul action, and in the south part of Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, there's apparently a body care test store, and the only thing they had though was the online exclusive Fresh Jungle Rain, and I had a reward, so I was like, you know what, let me pick it up and try it out. So that's what that looks like. I've used this multiple times: Rain Kissed Palms, Amazon Dragon Fruit, and Misty Breeze. When I use this in store, I love the mist. It was so like beautifully floral, very much like a plumeria floral fragrance. That was great, and that was very strong, and like on the opening was very floral, and even on the dry down it was quite floral too, but then you got a little bit of fruit on the dry down later. And so based on that, I was like, wow, I love this. Let me get the shower gel. But sad to report, I've used the shower gel many times now. This is so immensely fruity, like way fruitier and way less floral than the Fine Fragrance Mist. So I was kind of bummed about that, to be honest. Yeah, this is very fruity now. You get that like dragon fruit in there, and there's a little bit of a floral body care undertone to it, but it's way more heavy on the fruit than it is on the floral. It's not really fresh or rainy and like an aquatic or like cologne-y or any type of way like that. It's just a super fruity fragrance. So kind of take it or leave it in the shower gel. Love the Fine Fragrance Mist. So Fresh Jungle Rain right there. I also had a reward for Mahogany Coconut Cologne Mist. So I love the shower gel on this. It was so strong and so robust, and I love the blend of like the traditionally masculine notes of the Mahogany Teakwood mixed with a little bit more like a feminine, almost floral coconut fragrance that's like reminiscent of Tiki Beach. And I love the combination of the two because it was kind of like tapping into like a masculine side as well as a feminine side, and so I really enjoy that. And so I was like, you know what, I love the shower gel so much, let me actually spring for the cologne mist and see how it does. I have used this multiple times. Unfortunately, with these cologne mists, because they are a mist rather than a full like concentrated cologne like in a glass bottle for 40-some bucks, they don't last very long. They're very equivalent to Bath & Body Works modern fine fragrance mist that only lasts a few hours, and it kind of fades away. There's some fragrances now that don't even last an entire hour. Like I'll spray it in the store and then boom, it's gone like as soon as I walk out of the store. This one thankfully has like Mahogany Teakwood in it, so there's a little bit more longevity to it, but I would say maybe 3 hours max. I'll put it on before I leave for work, and then I commute to work, and then like I would say by the first hour of work, like it's kind of already like drifted away. So I would say like 2 to 3 hours. It doesn't last all day by any means. It's not a long-lasting cologne, and like Bath & Body Works colognes aren't even that strong either, that it's just kind of like a cologne mist is even more diluted. So like, yeah, I can redeem this for a reward because it's $15.95 and that's cool, but I would almost rather wait for the full-size cologne to go 75% off at SAS and pick up the cologne then than to kind of waste my time with a very diluted cologne mist. So yeah, that's that, but still love the fragrance, so yes. And lastly, we have Gingham Gorgeous. Let's see, the notes on this read pink strawberries, peach nectar, and peony bloom. So there's a beautiful 3-wick candle of this coming out. And I was like, you know what? I'm like getting so excited for the candles. So let me try the shower gel. So there was a friend had a free body care gift coupon they weren't using. So I was like, ooh, girl, I will snatch this up. So that's that. Obviously, I've used already half of it, so I can kind of tell my experience with it. This is also very fruity. Like, this berry fruity fragrances are just like totally, I guess, what they're doing now. Like, just everything's always like berry with a little bit of floral, and this is no exception. Has a very like creamy strawberry fragrance to it that is similar to Buttercups and Berry Bellini. Very similar to Buttercups and Berry Bellini, but has a little bit more of that sort of like crisp floral that's reminiscent of Gingham. Is stronger in this than it is in Buttercups and Berry Bellini. But if you enjoyed that, I think you'll enjoy this. If you enjoyed the OG Love and Sunshine, which was kind of like a strawberry lemonade body care fragrance, this is also very similar to that as well, but a little bit more floral than that as well. But you get a creamy strawberry mixed with, it says peach, but I kind of get like a bright citrus in there, but I guess it could be peach too. But is there citrus in Gingham? There might be, and then like the base of like a floral, bright Gingham action that you get in there. But think of like if they took a strawberry lemonade fragrance and then made it body care. It kind of reminds me of that. I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit more floral or peony forward and a little less on the super juicy fruity action, but I guess people just like the bright, happy, fruity fragrances. So that's that. It's another run-of-the-mill Bath & Body Works fragrance, to be honest, but I will still pick up the candle just because it's so pretty, and maybe the candle will perform slightly differently. So Gingham Gorgeous right there, and that is what that looks like. And I believe that is it. I hope you enjoyed this fun little like just mixed plate of Bath & Body Works goodies, and that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.